This video is not financial advice. I'm not a financial planner. I'm an entertainer. The one, the only ape father in the house, baby. Wow! So, as you know, I made a video. I was up last night all night, and I started to notice the Bed Bath & Beyond was shooting up in the pre-market. It was up like at one point, I think even 100%. I think it was like no joke. I started covering it when it was up about 37%. And I know Ryan Cohen, bought 10% ownership in, Bed Bath & Beyond. But here's the thing that I kind of find very interesting. You take a situation like whenever there's large purchases, right? Isn't that supposed to go into the dark pools? That's what the dark pools were actually designed for, was when there are large purchases, they're supposed to stay in the dark pools for a couple of days so that this way there isn't all this crazy buying and people can get killed when the stock shoots down if, there's a large sell-off after a large rise, right? So that's really what the dark pools were designed for. It wasn't designed for people who buy 10 shares of AMC to keep their orders in the dark pools for a month, all right? So the funny thing is that didn't happen in the case of Ryan Cohen. It was an immediate, as soon as the news was pretty much came out that he bought 10% of Bed Bath & Beyond, pretty much the next day in the pre-market, the stock shot up, right? So then it seemed like those orders were going into the dark pools. Now, could it be possible they were buying it on non-payment for order flow platforms like, Fidelity using that Active Trader Pro? Probably, but most likely not, right? So I'm starting to think, all right, now you could call me, maybe now I'm coming up with my conspiracy theories, right? That this is a way to get apes and the retail investors out of AMC. It's a distraction because I think the hedge funds want the stock to go up because then did you see what happened after it went up? It just dove down. And I have to be honest, I was tempted of buying a little. I didn't though. I kept my conviction strong for AMC. But I was tempted. I was like, this thing is going to squeeze, And it brings me back to even what happened with DWAC. Remember how DWAC shot all the way up? From $10 to 175, and then it just tumbled. You know how many apes actually contacted me and told me they lost a lot of money in DWAC? I understand there's people holding it for the long term. I understand that. But I'm just starting to get this feeling like this is stuff that is being set up to get people like apes and retail investors out of AMC. See, they're doing a wonderful job. You ever notice how all these other things, they're doing well? AMC's getting creamed. GameStop's getting creamed. You ever maybe put two and two together? How come Bed Bath & Beyond is up 100%? And obviously that there's more synthetics, right, in AMC. Talking about billions or more, okay? Fake shares. We bought this company 1,000 times over, right? So why is AMC not going up? GameStop's really not going up. And here's the guy, Ryan Cohen, who's the chairman of GameStop. I don't know if you know that, okay? So you're telling me he doesn't know things. I just feel there's a lot of weird stuff going on. And I'm starting to think that these are all distractions. I'm really starting to feel this way they want you to sell AMC. That's it. They want you out. That's it. So whether it's going to be they exhaust you with these long periods of time that you're holding and it's always in the red and it's always going down, and the fear of World War III here going on with Russia, the terrible things going on with Ukraine, God bless them all. People are dying right now. It's just very terrible times in this world. Russia's sending tanks. People are trying to leave the Ukraine and they're killing these poor innocent people. It's terrible. God, please help these people. War is terrible. But I'm just starting to think that it's a combination of all these things that are just trying to get you to just lose focus on the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that AMC is. The golden opportunity, the generational wealth. And it's just a combination of all these things. You got war, you got market sentiment, friggin' Omicron. But you have to try to understand that you got to use sometimes, the common sense investor, you got to use common sense. And you got to ask yourself, well, how come all of this is happening where Bed Bath & Beyond is up 100% in the pre-market and AMC is not moving at all? There might be something to it. Let me know what you think, apes.